Hey everyone, camping down at Bow Valley Campground, just east of Canmore a little bit here. Camp here often, but we go hike around some of the trails. There's a nice trail along the Bow River here. It's quite long, about 3 kilometers or 4 kilometers. Goes that way quite a ways, this way a little ways. Yeah, camped right on the river, kind of see it from the van, but not the best. It's windy. Out in Kananaskis. Door jamming louder. And back there's X-Shaw Ridge. X-Shaw's right below X. It's a nice day over there here in the sun. Not too bad here. 10 degrees, but there's a storm brewing. Some snow coming. It was very windy this morning, so I decided not to go on a major hike. Yeah, I'm just gonna hike along here. Check out some of the trails here. I've been on most of them, but go check them out anyway. Nice in the fall with the leaves changing. Yeah, just gonna continue down here along the Bow River in the campground. Down to the day use area. This is a nice spot down here. I come down here often. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of people down here. I do see some people down here now, but there's a nice picnic table area. Just to sit around and check out. So I'm just taking a little left here. Walk up the road, but there's a nice trail through the woods. Sheltered in here, not so much wind. I was laying in my van and it almost sounded like it was raining. All the spruce needles and stuff falling onto the van with the wind. So I figured I'm not going to go hiking anything major with the strong winds. Storm brewing. Not too many people at the campground. There's probably about 50% of the sites are free. Most of them are booked, but probably nervous with this snowstorm coming. That's only 5 centimeters. Shouldn't be too bad. But campground closes on Monday, so I have to be out by Monday lunchtime. These trails don't get used a whole lot. I don't see too many people, but on my way to Many Springs, and a lot of people go hiking that little loop. But we'll see if there's anyone there. Last time I was there, no one was there, but there was a bear warning, so I kept most people away. I didn't see any bears. Yeah, nice trails. No serious elevation gain, but nice views here and there, I'm sure. Hey, nice seeing Leaves all turning. More cloud coming in. It was perfectly clear this morning. But we'll see. It's supposed to start raining around supper time, like 4 or 5 o'clock. And then turn to snow, and snow most of the day tomorrow. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of cars over there, it looks like. Whatever. Walk around, see how busy it is. Easy trail for people to check out. It starts here. 1.6 kilometers. You say an hour and a half, but depending on how long you check stuff out for. Oh yeah, pretty flat trail. There's a lollipop on the stick end right now, and then it goes up here and splits. Loop. Busy. Guess everyone's looking for the easy trails today. Past 4 people already and never even got to the Y. Well, hopefully that's everybody. Got the place to myself now, maybe. But I don't think so. No bear warning signs. There was signs saying because of high water levels, you may not be able to pass the boardwalk. But we'll see what we can do. It's a pretty swampy area over that end. So, high water, the boardwalks be covered, but I got my boots on. So. Yeah, here's a Y. Many springs. I'll go the normal route. Yeah, it's an interpretive trail, so there's informative signs along the way. And I should see some natural springs. But the springs are in the ponds, so you see them bubbling up on the bottom, kind of thing. Yeah, walk around, see what happens. Doing some work on the trail. Gas power wheelbarrow. Yeah, fixing it up a bit. Haven't seen a gas power wheelbarrow before. Past another person. There's more people up here. Can't get away from them. Yeah, did a nice job fixing up the trail. Maybe we won't have to worry about flooding. Yeah, even more people over there. Oh well. Beaver dam back there, but people stop and looking. It's clear water. Spot for pictures. Nice clear ponds. See right to the bottom. Yeah, a bridge here. Sideways, but very nice. I don't see the beaver anywhere, but there's fresh cuttings there, so he's around somewhere. Just took a picture of that there. Really nice. Yeah, continuing around. Beavers chomping on the boardwalk. It's a little wet over here, but we're good to go. Springs are kind of over that way. Working our way along. Birds and stuff. Yep, very clean, clear spring water. Floating bridge. Yeah, it was never this high. Any other time I've been here, it's been below this thing. Back into the woods. Over to the spring. Yeah, I have to show you what it's like in 24 hours because right now it's really nice. It snowed out here last weekend. Then it's very warm, high 20s most of the week. Majority of it melted off. And again, it's going to snow today and tomorrow. And then warm up again next week. Most of it melt away again, probably. Hopefully, anyway. Yeah, big hiking season's pretty much over. Higher summits are definitely covered in snow. But still lots to do out on the foothills and stuff. I don't know why the water level's so high because we haven't had a lot of rain. Let's see. Huh. Can't really see them. Because of ripples in the water. Normally you can see the spring bubbling. Good thing I got my boots. That's too bad. I think that's the only viewing point too. Kind of see where it happens down there in that sandy area usually. Usually you'll see sand blowing out. Nice bench. Right on. Continuing around. Yeah, continuing around. Not much further back to the end of the loop. I'll head back up towards the parking lot. Take that little side trail around the parking lot. And then there's another trail on the right across from the parking lot. I'll take that up through Elk Run or something it's called trail. And it should take me up towards Middle Lake. You see that? Whew. Warm in the sun here. Not quite finished the loop yet, but just right up here. The loop ends and trail back to the parking lot. Yeah. Beautiful colors. A little bit of elevation gain up through here, but nothing major. Little ups and downs, I imagine. Yeah, working our way up this way, and eventually we cross the road. I took my jacket off back there, and my mic was on my jacket, so last video clip might not have had any audio. It's nice in here, but as windy as it is, I figure best to have a microphone on when I'm in the open areas. Trees are making lots of noise, creaking and cracking. But yes, definitely more cloud moving in all the time. That's alright. Never far from the van. I've got my propane heater if needed, but I got power at this site so I can use my electric heater. Looks like we're coming up to campground on the left there. Might be crossing the road. There's a group campsite over here. Elk Flats, I believe. Nice spot if you're having a big party. Yeah. Nice little spot to take a break. Why not? Have a little snack. Some signage over there I'll check out in a minute. Nice little spot to have a break. Perfect little camp spot. Better rent the whole area though. But if you want to be away from the party, if you're at this group site, it'd be perfect. Elk Flats Trail to Moraine Trail 1.1. And we already did the 0.4 from Elk Flats Trail to Many Springs Trail. And then show the T. I guess seeing that's Elk Flat Day Use area, but pretty sure it's a group camp. Gates locked and all. What's going on there? Trippy. What was that one there? Weird. Oh shit, there's a tree down Parks. Get in here and clean that up now. So the trail braiding starts. That's obviously fresh. That's pretty easy. A lot easier anyways with the branches out of the way. Yeah, it probably fell this morning with all that wind. It was windy. Just go down to the T intersection here. Take a right and we'll cross the road over to Middle Lake. A few ups and downs again, but again, nothing huge. Alright, crossing the road. Middle Lake, straight ahead. If you took to the left back there instead of the right, it would take you back down to the campground, the upper section. Probably end up going down that way to get back to camp. For now, I'm going to walk around the lake. I've seen deer here heading out early in the morning. Deer drinking out of the lake close to the water. Yeah, it's pretty quiet. A couple people over here, but I don't see one on the benches or anything. So go chill out on a bench. It's Barrier Fire Lookout, I believe. Yates Mountain. Yeah, there's a fire lookout there. Prairie View Lookout just below it. Nice. Another clear lake you can see right to the very bottom. Not that it's very deep, but Middle Lake. Windy spot. Storms are brewing. Some snow from last weekend still remaining up there. Like to get some supper into me before the snow comes, but hopefully not for a couple hours. Barbecue a pork chop. And there's another trail back there, but let's go down around here out of the wind. Very nice. We'll find a bench to sit on, I guess. See if there's anybody over at Yamnuska. Looks like it. A whole bunch of people up there at the top by the looks of it, moving around. Usually is every weekend. Oh, yeah, for sure you can see someone coming down along the left side. Cool. Gotta like the 15 times zoom. That's regular. And that's zoomed out all the way, 0.5. Nobody here. There's a couple I met over in that corner. They walked back to the parking lot and I assume left. Got the place to myself, unless there's someone up in the woods behind me, but beautiful afternoon so far. Yeah, sat on the bench for a while. I heard some elk back here just once, but they sounded quite far off. Could have been a tree too, squeaking. Yeah. Sat on the bench for quite a while there, did a little time lapse. Definitely felt the wind shift around coming from the north now as they're supposed to. Cool wind. Nobody around still, got the lake to myself the whole time. Pretty nice. I just sat there chilling out till the wind shifted and got a little chilly. We're gonna start moving again. Head around the lake and probably just head back to camp. Straight down and then along the river again back to the camp. Rose bushes looking nice. Very nice. Heading back across the road. Probably don't want to walk the roads down here. They're pretty narrow, twisty, turny. People are nuts. So stick to the trails. Down to the campground are fine. People are slower. Yeah. Straight down here to the amphitheater and right down across the campground to the Bow River. And I'll turn left again and head towards my campsite. That's where we came from many springs. Look at that. Flower. Hard to believe. Was it October 10th or 9th or something? Pretty cool. The amphitheater. No shows today, I guess. I'm pretty much back down in the campground now. Nice little trail down through the woods. Mostly downhill. Okay, down to the campground. Back to civilization. I'm back at the Bow River. Got about a kilometer, 3/4 of a kilometer or so to hike along here. See, a lot of empty campsites. Yeah. Hike back along here to the van and good to go. There you have it. Back of the van. Not bad. Nice quiet spot. Nobody camped beside me. Nobody camped across the way there or there. Yeah, not too bad. Little mountain view. Fire pit, picnic table. Power and stuff. So, yeah, right on. Cool little hike around the campground here. Let's see. Yeah, 6.5 kilometers. And just 100 meters elevation gain, pretty flat. Easy going, nice trails. Pretty nice views here and there. Wasn't too bad at all. I love wildlife, squirrels and stuff. Some birds. Yeah, it took me about 2.5 hours, but I was just taking my time and chilling out on benches and stuff. So, yeah, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Hopefully I don't get too much snow here. Get snowed in. So maybe I'll throw a clip in later at the end of what happened tomorrow. Anyways, thanks for watching. Got a little snow overnight. Nothing crazy, a couple centimeters. Didn't really stick to the ground or the pavement. But definitely got the leafy bushes knocked down. Pretty gray and cloudy all day. Chilly. High at -2 or something. Oh, mountains are starting to show up again. They were missing all day. The clouds. Yeah, just a little dusting. Nothing crazy. Doesn't look like anyone's walked on the trail all day. So I think a lot of people left. Scared of a little snow. But it's supposed to be pretty chilly overnight. -7 or feels like -10. Walk down the day use area if the trees aren't too blown over, falling over. There you go. Tunnel under here. I brought my pole. There we go. Clear and free. Mountains are gone again. Nice and quiet around here today. Looks pretty with the snow. Not too bad. I got no gloves on. I got my tubing jacket on, but pretty good. Oh yeah, nice little spot. I come down here often to sit on the picnic tables or the rocks, and often there's fish jumping here. See people fishing here now and then too. Yeah, it's a nice little spot. Especially today when no one's here. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. A little bit of snow, but just enough to make things pretty. Or messy, depending on how you look at it. I figured there's probably no one back here. I could go back and see if the springs are boiling, bubbling, whatever. Pretty wide trail, shouldn't be too many trees over it. We'll see what it's like. Down at the spring, you can see the particles of dirt there moving around, constantly flowing. That's it. Nothing real special. It's funny how it's the deepest spot in the lake too. Not sure why that is. Washing it out, I guess. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, that was the spring. Nothing too crazy, but figured I'd show it if it was calm, and it was. Getting a little bit more snow right now, but nothing too major. What a difference a day makes. I don't think anyone drove down here all day. Just my footprints. That's it. Yeah, starting to snow pretty good now. I suppose I'm after nothing 1 to 3 centimeters again overnight, so shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I just figured I'd show around the Bow Valley Campground hiking trails. If you're in the area camping, they're nice trails to hike. Not my usual mountain thing, but the weather wasn't working out the greatest, so yeah, backed out of the day use area and gonna head back to the van where it's nice and warm. Maybe make a hot coffee. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.